The Mott's Military Museum sits off Hamilton Road in Groveport. When you come, be sure to check out the C-47 transport plane. It'll be restored next year. Warren Motts created the popular museum. And today, we're visiting the exhibit on the Tuskegee Airmen.
Well, the Tuskegee Airmen are really my heroes and a lot of people's heroes. They were the first black pilots from World War II. They started at the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, and that's where they trained them.
Instead of patches of corn, concrete flight strips.
The Tuskegee Airmen, the Tuskegee experiment had started with the fact that they wanted to see if black pilots could actually fly aircraft. I mean, they thought maybe they couldn't. The mindset at the time was that the blacks were not equal to the whites because they weren't smart, but they were.
It takes many weeks of learning to make a fighter pilot. And a lot of that learning is done in a hard wooden chair. Because a fighter pilot is a combination of a mathematician and an athlete, a scientist and a sharpshooter.
Every part of the Tuskegee experiment was from mechanics right up to the pilots. So the entire group was all black, all with white officers. And they wanted to see if these guys could fly.
They were pioneers, and no pioneer has it easy. They fought lies, they fought heartbreak, and they won.
Now, Harold Sawyer was from Columbus, Ohio, and Harold was a groundbreaker. He actually went to flight school before he went and got a license before he went to flight school at Tuskegee because he wanted to be a pilot. And the Tuskegee Airmen were a very distinguished group because they had red noses and red tails on their aircraft. In one particular mission, Harold said they came in, they were protecting these bombers. The Germans come in and they were shooting the Germans all to pieces and broke them up and got them away. This unit came back and landed. And the guy who was the pilot of the bomber says, I want to meet those guys with the red tails and the red noses. Those are the guys I want to go meet them. Now you got to understand, this guy was from Alabama and the South, and he had no idea. So he went down to where Harold's unit was, and they pulled this guy up in the Jeep, and he looked around, and he said, these are the guys that were escorting me and protecting me? He said, yeah. He didn't say a word. He got in the Jeep, went back. The next morning, they had a briefing. They said, we're going to go up, we're going to hit the Schweinfurt ball bearing factory, and the pilot says, I want those guys with the red tails to be the escorts for me. It was the best example of how to do desegregation because he proved that it had nothing to do with color. These guys were great.
Yesterday, I fulfilled one of my ambitions as a combat pilot. I got one airplane.
We have some amazing memorabilia here from the Tuskegee Airmen. Can you talk about some of it?
The plane's kind of interesting. That aircraft was built by Mr. Peoples, who was an original Tuskegee Airman. He built it on a bet. He was 72 years old. They told him he couldn't do it. And he won the bet. He built it and won it. So I thought that was pretty special. And then Mr. Rosemont, who actually became a doctor, he was a navigator bombardier from Columbus and on B-17s in World War II. He got out. He went to Washington University and became a doctor and had a family practice in Columbus for years. He actually ran for council and won, the first black person to be on the council. Well, Hilton Carter's flight suit, which is kind of a neat thing too, and Hilton's one of the few that's still living. He became a Tuskegee Airman in 1946. That was right at the end, just before they closed down the Tuskegee Institute. In 1946, they closed the Tuskegee Air Institute and shipped all of the black pilots to Lockbourne Air Base, which is right here in Columbus, which is now Rickenbacker Air Base. At one point, Lockbourne Air Base was an all-black base. That's all there was here. It was the very last base ever to be segregated before desegregation took place. The chapter we had here, we've lost almost all of them because you're talking the World War II guys, and there's probably 1,000 or more dying a day of the World War II generation, and almost all the Tuskegee Airmen locally have passed away.
750 pilots have been trained. 50% of them have been in combat. And backing them up the most powerful force in the world, the strength of the American people.